Look at him. He's just dickered. Just dickered, boys. Son of a bitch.
Yo, yo. Class A, and macro. Not connected, not elected to participate. Bouncing down the stems will make your head hurt. Enjoy the takes. Says her whose head burns from hearing horror stories.
Hey friends, welcome back to Take or Wide. This is episode 223. Before I start the episode, I just want to thank everybody who entered the hot sauce contest, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce contest. It was cool to see the interest in that, and also, you know, by nature or by association, the show. So very cool. I'm actually recording this intro before I pulled the name, so I actually don't know who won as of right now, but when this airs, someone will have won. So thank you very much for entering, and I hope you guys enjoy. I just saw that Heartbeat is going to be on season 6 of Hot Ones. If you haven't heard of Hot Ones, YouTube it. It's amazing. It's a hot sauce show where they interview celebrities and the wings get hotter and hotter, and Heartbeat's on the fucking show. It's so crazy, but not surprising because they Al busts his ass. If you actually are interested, that's episode 221. I just did it a couple episodes ago with Al. So congrats to those guys for getting on the show. So let's get with the sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Their peppers are fermented using traditional methods before being cooked with a few simple, high-quality ingredients. They don't add water or thickening agents or chemical preservatives of any kind in this supernatural sauce. That, just as you guys heard, they're on season 6 of Hot Ones. Really blowing up, and it's so good. It's so fucking good. It's so good. If you want to go buy some, you can use TakerWide5 at checkout for the promo code, and you'll get 5% off of your cart. Go in with some friends and order a bigger batch, and you'll really save that way. So all love to Heartbeat Hot Sauce. That's heartbeathotsauce.com. Also brought to you by, where are we at here? Dapper Beard Oil. Dapper Beard Oil have been on for a minute. It's a beard oil company out in Ottawa run by my friend Andrew, and it is ethically sourced. It's 100% natural ingredients. It helps hydrate. It's antibacterial. It'll help repair. It reduces beard dandruff. It's really high quality stuff, and I think that's a byproduct of his passion for it. He takes his time and takes pride in his work, and it's not like an overblown, huge 50 employee business. It's Andrew and a couple friends, and maybe at this point I'm not too sure how big it is on that sense, but he takes care in what he makes, and it's quality stuff. So he supports this. If you guys want to go support him, go buy a bottle of beard oil and use TakerWide free ship for free shipping. Save that money. Go check it out, dapperbeardoil.com. Also brought to you by Kevin Rigo out in Kitchener. Kevin is an old friend. Kevin is sponsoring the show and in a way has sponsored my endeavors forever. Always super supportive, always interested in what I'm doing, and really one of my best friends. So if you guys are out in Kitchener and looking to buy a new vehicle, go stop by Hefner Toyota. It's at 3121 King Street East. And mention the show to Rigo, and you'll get special pricing on new vehicles, so save some more money that way. I think the listeners are at a point where we're adults to a degree, so this might be right up your alley if you're looking to get a new car and you're in the 519 Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph area. Go see Rigo. Also brought to you by Wellington Brewery. That is a brewery out in Guelph. It's Canada's oldest independent brewery, I believe. They have many, many styles. I've been sipping on all of them. They help provide the liquid courage to ask some questions or just to have a good time. They're really rad in supporting this show. So if you guys want to go support them, go head out to Guelph or head out to your local beer store. I know most beer stores have them in stock. All kinds. They have the sours. They have the stouts. Whatever. It's a big fucking brewery. So if you haven't heard of them, now you've heard of them, and leave go to the page wellingtonbrewery.ca and you can check out some stuff there. Now, what do I got? Is that it? Oh, and Levitt. Dave Levitt Photography. Dave is a photographer here in Cambridge. He does music videos. He can do websites, promos, weddings, photos. He's been it's kind of cool because when I met Levitt, I don't know how long he had been taking photos, but it was early on in my quote unquote career as a musician, and I feel with him kind of the same, and we've grown together as friends and as artists in what we're doing. So it's he's kind of part of our team, I guess you would say, or part of our circle of people who have a passion for something and pursue it, even though it might not pay the bills. But you could give him some of your cash. Go to davelevittphotography.ca and talk to him, and he can set some stuff up. And yeah, he's a great photographer, a great friend, and he does great work. So davelevittphotography.ca. I think that's it. So for this episode, I spoke with Block Parent. They're a punk band from Cambridge here, and I went to their hall, which is my hall, the same hall, a couple doors down. And after a little bit of dicking around, I was able to figure out the sound, and it was a fun talk. It was a fun talk with three guys who are still as excited to play music as they were when they were younger men. And it was just a great time sitting with those guys and chatting. And I had a really good time. I hope you guys enjoy. And this is episode 223.
You can't say brother anymore.
You're a sensitive piece of shit.
Okay, thank you guys for your patience. Fuck me.
No, I thought this was a podcast.
Yeah. I did one on the weekend with my good buddy. And we went really deep. Like, talking about our childhoods. And, like, it got... Like,
sick.
Really serious, like almost to the point where I might not want to release it. But
Oh shit.
Listening back,
That's sick.
my audio was fucked up.
Oh.
It's like
all the whole
shitty.
thing.
How
The
do
whole
we-
thing was.
It's like an alien interview.
How do we make sure that my audio is really fucked up?
Yeah, I
want
don't
it to
know.
be.
Yeah, this isn't the most ideal setup, but if it does, I don't know.
Should
we do a little
a
test?
test sample?
It's going right now, so
Oh, okay.
it's fine.
Let's hope this sample's good. It's a long sample.
Can you start over
Yeah.
for the sample?
So I'm here at the hall. I'm here with Block Parent. These guys are just in the hall, 2 doors down from me.
We're in the
Yeah,
hall.
And Jake's been on before for the listeners. I don't remember what episode, but it's kind of timing. Like the timing's good. You guys just released the Amongst the Hurtin Mess, like what, 3 weeks ago? May 11th, I think.
The official. That was like
Yeah.
a tape release, and it would have been like hitting online that week. Like
That's
slowly
right.
getting
Yeah,
around.
I think the online platforms hit the 11th. Yeah.
Whatever that week was.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess for
CD
And tapes.
releases out this Sunday.
yeah at Pinball.
Pin Up
Yeah.
Arcade Bar.
I guess for people listening, just introduce yourselves so the voices can be stuck to a name.
Well, 2 of these guys' voices sound the same.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
You got to
the
do the
brothers.
Kronk voice for the whole time.
Huh?
You said you got to do the Kronk voice for the whole episode.
Yeah, just try to make it a bit more different.
But yeah, so we got Jake
Hey, what's
And-
up?
and Jake.
Also, yes.
I'll go
Hello.
by Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah.
And
Jacob.
This motherfucker's called Baby Jake.
Baby Jake, and then we
Boy.
got Zach.
'Cause he's my
I can
13-year-old son.
just be Zach.
Okay, cool. So yeah, 3-piece punk band from Cambridge here, and the new record dropped not too long ago.
It's still dropping right
Still
now.
dropping.
Driving like really long poop.
Did
Yeah,
you guys
it's
just
fucking
do
prolapsing.
cassettes, or because I saw a picture at Jimmy Jazz and there was like a big 12-inch. I'm like, oh, did they do 12?
No,
That's
that
a
was just a
lie.
poster. Yeah, that was a little poster that we
Pretended
just.
like we could afford it.
Yeah, we were trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes. We had a plan. It was going to be CDs and tapes at first, and then just by the time we were getting down to the last wire there, just to get the rush of the CDs would have cost like an extra fucking $300.
Oh, like $600. Yeah.
Have you done a rush order?
So
I'm sure, yeah, but they just tack on because it's like
Yeah.
you. They
Oh, yeah,
know
we-
you need the money.
We opted out of the rush, but no, yeah.
You want this?
Did a run of 50 tapes with 3 9s.
yeah, Dylan.
Yeah, okay.
Great work out of 3 9s, and then all of our, everything went digital on the same day, and then CDs will be ready for Sunday, June 3rd,
Sweet,
and
cool.
then anytime after.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I saw the cassette yesterday, and I really,
Hate it.
no, I love cassettes. I love cassettes. I was on tour and we were in somewhere in the States, and this was the first time I started seeing cassettes back, and at first I'm like, oh, mad hipster, whatever.
Yeah, at first you think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But then once I started collecting them, and accumulating them, and then playing them, then it was like, oh, this is so throwback.
It's kind of like the action figure of the band merch too, because you get this little $5 plastic
toy, yeah.
package. It's like merch and music and artwork. And they're affordable. They're affordable to make. They're affordable to buy for the listeners. And
It's fun. Like I
there's so much fun
popping them in, pressing play.
They're pocket sized, you know.
Yeah, it's
bring it into the bathroom with you.
Yeah, if you need.
You can pee
Somehow
on it, you can shit on it, you can wipe your butt with it if you want. It might hurt.
It's affordable, but it is the physical. Like it's weird to think of how it adds value to your band. Like if you're taking it, because you are taking it somewhat serious to press it. And
of course,
shows, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it legitimizes your band a little more. Even a cassette.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I used to think kind of like cassettes. That's commit to a vinyl or commit to CD.
Yeah.
Now,
unless you're giving the cassettes out for free, then you lose all that.
Well, like that's all year, you know. Like people where can I get physical music? Where and going into it, we're like let's get music online. Like that's the most affordable and fastest thing that we can do is write tunes, record tunes, and get them on the web. And then you get a few shows under your belt, and people want to take something home. Even if they're not going to pop it into their car or whatever, they just it's a little souvenir. It's a memento.
Yeah, and if for $5.
$5.
If you just download it, like that's what it is on Bandcamp.
Yep.
So it's
you're
kind
then
of
you
like
get the download anyways.
you get it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but CDs too. How many CDs do you guys do, sir?
I think we're starting with a run of 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want we're looking for the confidence boost of running out before it's like we did 600 tapes and about 3,000 CDs and they're ready this Sunday.
It's gonna become like the old joke of the ET game that got buried out in the desert. That's kind of what we're going for.
Did you watch that documentary?
Yes.
I haven't yet. You told me about
it. They went to dig them up and everything.
Yeah.
It took them forever. Like they had a whole site. It was like Jurassic Park, Bill. They were looking for the mosquitoes in the amber. Yeah.
That was a pretty good documentary, man.
It was.
Like,
Have you ever seen the ET porn?
ET porn?
Yeah.
Extraterrestrial?
No,
Is that what it's called? That would be great.
I hope it is.
That porn's fucked.
Elliot is extra testicle.
With the finger in the cum and shit.
Fingering the shit out
I've
of
seen
Elliot.
still screenshots of it.
It's a thing. It's
I've definitely had a friend who saw it. I didn't see it.
I had a friend who told me about it.
Am I your friend, Steve?
You're my friend, yes.
The guy that's here.
But 50 tapes and 100 CDs to start.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we did a cool little thing. Is it Jakey, who does all the, or Jacob, sorry, who does all our artwork?
You're
made some.
Jakey.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I do those things. And made some. We call them the golden dickets. So, if you're lucky enough, if you grab a tape, you'll have a little gross looking.
I drew a little tiny dick pic. For
It's based off our dicks, actually.
2 for every 10. And we got 50, right? So I don't know math or anything, but
It's about 40 or 50 tickets, yeah.
But like,
52
put them in there, and if you get that, then you get a free CD and shit.
Oh,
Thought
cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, whatever. Anything else? It's so not so important, but again, you play it kind of like a game and a business, and anything to keep people interested in a whole tsunami of information. It's just like, how do you kind of put a flag up we got an album,
And all the
Check it out.
all the little tiny dick pics that I drew, I actually pulled my penis out and traced
Just
it.
traced
so
it?
It's
You do like the old wax leaf.
nutty putty.
Shit? No,
I
man.
nutty puttied it.
you just pressed it.
some
My
nice,
penis is
Super small
newspaper.
penis, super thin penis, newspaper.
nice
thin.
one for the fridge.
It's nice, yeah. It's nice for the family and stuff, for the kids. And
That's exciting though, because is this the first physical thing? Because you did
Yeah.
a couple EPs.
Yep.
So this is the first physical.
First
sort of,
physical thing.
Yeah.
I've never had a physical.
No, sure you have.
Doctor.
Not
A physical.
Yeah.
The old.
I gotta be sharp with you.
I'll stay away from him.
That's great. The album official release is this Sunday then,
For CD release, yeah.
CD
CD
release.
release is Sunday, June 3rd.
because the cassette was last weekend, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
Jimmy Jazz. When was
May 11th, wasn't it?
was it May 11th?
Yeah, it was that.
2 weeks ago?
It was a quick. It was
Maybe.
a quick month. I just went.
May 11th. Friday, May 11th.
Yeah.
It was with Trashed Ambulance, Frank Dukes, and Lee Resistant. It was an awesome night.
That was such a great
Guelph
night,
was
man.
great to the whole place was just vibing that night.
Shit is really kind of resurging.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Because I think of this, so people listening, you'll see the album artwork, but it's ties into nostalgia, and for us, for sure, the scene and
It's really personal.
yeah, it's a personal
For
sort
art.
of
but everyone can relate to it.
It's got stuff.
It's a passion piece for Cambridge. Like it's
Sloppy
so just authentically and honestly Cambridge.
It's Cambridge's hurtin' dookie.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Oh, you
yeah,
threw
it really is.
That little monkey.
Got the monkey.
The shit
Yeah.
in the corner. Like
It
that
was
was
kinda,
like, come on.
but
that's
it's
it.
all that shit. I've been piecing that artwork in my head for over a year.
Well,
now.
that's been our dream. Like since we
Yeah.
finally were like our
I've
the
been
Schneider
wanting to-
sign is like
Yeah.
that's what
Took
we're
me a
going
lo-
for.
Yeah.
Do you want to just hold that a little closer?
Oh,
I know.
sorry.
No, it's
Yeah.
all good. Probably like how we're
There we go.
here. I noticed just listening that there's gonna be this little quiet voice. But actually, I have a bunch of questions. But like, so the cover work or the album artwork has references.
There's a lot of references to our band in the last year in our songs and shit. And then there's also a lot of references to bands.
Yeah, I saw
like
the
fucking
Tugnut was
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Death
I
Touch
love that.
playing.
in Curbside.
Curbside, Frank Dukes,
Frank
Lisp.
Dukes.
Wait, where's the Frank Dukes reference?
On a shirt.
It's on, there's
Our
there's
cans
dusty
guy.
and it's
He's asking for the
just
empty
like the
can.
dust. You've been to my back. You've
Yeah.
seen the fucking people that hang
Yeah.
out in my backyard, right? It's a dusty guy, and he's wearing he's got his fucking jean shorts, and he's wearing a fucking Frank Duke shirt, and he's asking if you got any spare cans, because they're always fucking swooping around my backyard looking
cans?
for beer cans.
Reminds me of
So that's
South
the
Park.
empty cans guy.
Yeah.
That's literally on my questions. Who's the empty cans guy?
Yes, that's who it is, Mr.
It
Frank
is
Dukes himself.
that fucking guy.
Preston's
Preston.
finest.
It
Yeah.
is-
So then there's also like the dust girl on the scooter.
That's a boy. He's got a mullet.
It's a boy. Okay, this is yeah.
Funny fucking story. about that.
Person.
We were like, I was trying to piece together what I'm gonna
This is like the week
incorporate.
of.
Yeah, incorporate. And me and little Jakey boy went into our convenience store that's around.
Quick stop.
Yeah, some fucking my convenience store. That
It's
It's
awesome.
mine.
Yeah,
And
No one goes in.
we were walking out, and this little dusty kid. And okay, so those are baby dusters. The Papa Dusters are fucking.
Looking for the cans.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he was like.
They usually ride a bike.
perfect.
They usually ride a bike. Baby dusters have scooters, and they're always going. There's no.
love it.
They have no reason for life. They're just wandering around and shit, right? But we saw this kid walk into the store.
Oh, it was perfect.
And I looked at Jake, and I'm like, "Fucking
He's on
that
it.
fucking kid. He's on the album.
Oh
cover.
man, he like the shirt and
Yeah.
his little dirt stash. He's like
Little
he's
dirt.
looking for Cheetos and like a 2-liter of
Jesus.
Coca-Cola. Like this kid knows exactly what he wants.
Cambridge
And
vitamins.
there's-
Oh man, yeah, Cambridge vitamins.
Like people who aren't from Cambridge aren't gonna get the easy references
Right,
like
right.
Fast Eddie's
But those
or
are small
Scout
town
Hut.
references everyone gets. Fucking big chicks fucking walking around in pajama pants,
Yeah, yeah.
fast food.
All day.
It's like
there-
it's really it's a small town pride though. You know what I mean? Like we talked about this yesterday. Like everyone I feel like grows up like you kind of resent your hometown, and then you feel like you got to get out and do something. And then I feel like between the three of us, almost at the same point in our mid to late 20s, we all just like kind of craved kind of like that the nostalgia and like the beauty that is your hometown, and so like yeah, sure, not everyone's from Cambridge, but like I imagine you can connect with what we're trying to convey. Like take some pride and laugh at yourself and enjoy what you've got. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with that.
And feel comfortable about how uncomfortable you are. With
That's right.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's okay
Well,
to have
that's-
some
You
shit.
feel out in Toronto. Everyone's too beautiful,
Ha.
and I want to feel
Well- amongst the Hurtin Mess, I guess.
tapestry of love. And
The first to live and die in Cambridge. So, kind of, I'm assuming, did you spearhead this band, or did you guys? Because you guys are brothers.
Yep.
And like, how did it come to be? I have this question to follow up to this, but
Sure.
like,
how did
because you moved back from
How to
Toronto.
block
how
parent
the
form.
first EP?
Well, even just the band itself.
Yeah.
Because you moved here back from Toronto.
Yeah.
And then I guess you were looking to play again.
I wanted to make music in Cambridge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we just got talking
We-
as buds. Like we were just kind of buds reconnecting.
We met like while we were hanging out. Yeah, reconnecting, fucking fingering each other.
That's how you reconnect.
No, we
other
were
butthole.
going to the movies. We're going to East Side Mario's.
Uh-huh.
Getting that
Oh,
unlimited bread and
unlimited.
salad and shit.
building that stacks.
Yeah, getting those stacks. But then we were like, let's fucking play. Let's start like a cover band. And little Jake, you just bought a bass, and
Yeah, well, and you kind of intentioned for this too, because we've been talking like, oh, I'll buy, like, you know, I've been playing guitar for a while, so I'm like, fuck it, and I've always wanted to be a bassist in a punk band, so picked that up and started filling around, and then
Yeah,
no one else.
we started playing though. Like we started playing in the
As
back of Verkirk's apartment. I rented some electronic drums, and our first like mission was we wanted to play through Insomniac.
Yeah,
Green Day's
Green Day.
Insomniac
Insomniac
record.
in its
It was
entirety.
the whole approach was like, let's play tunes that we know we're never going to hear live, like albums that were like, you know, a big influence on us when we were kids. And after
we did.
probably 2 or 3 jams,
I wrote like 20 songs.
we got halfway through the album, we're like, fuck it, let's just play some
we
tunes.
got
like-
halfway through Insomniac after a couple like just casual jams, and then all of a sudden I think it was it Hometown?
No, it was like Chud Life, or no, Hamburger Helpless. Was like,
I wrote
You had a bunch.
handful of songs right
one
away.
song kind of fell out,
Just
and
from
then
playing.
next thing you know, we had like 2 or 3, and then like within a couple weeks, I think we had probably
Boom.
about 4 or 5 that were like shaping into
the
like
EP pretty much.
our own
Nice.
kind of sound. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
then,
first EP was what we were jamming.
We that was done in fucking.
and that was January 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, that was January 2017. And then thank God to Pat at the Garage Rehearsal Studio on Ottawa and Kitchener. We started renting like an hourly jam space because we're like, all right, like we've taken this as far as we can on electric drums.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this on real
Yeah,
equipment.
it was limiting you. Like, you couldn't.
And
get your
yeah,
fun
you know,
out of
I
it, like-
as a drummer, I couldn't really get fired
you-
up about the electric stuff. And yeah, we did a few kind of live jams up at that garage rehearsal place, and just started clicking.
Fucking writing
fuck,
tunes.
It felt
got
great.
something.
And for the
just
first time,
felt
I
right.
had someone I'm writing tunes with.
Yeah, and Zach and I, we've been like, you know, between either living together when we were out in London for a bit, and then just being back at our parents'
Just being
at some
brothers.
points. Yeah, we've always
yeah.
wanted to play in a band together, or just musically something. So like,
Yeah.
either I'd be hacking through some shitty Blink and Green Day covers on guitar with this guy ripping it up, and we just knew something was gonna happen.
But we were talking
and-
like Jake and I, like my brother, like we're like we should start a business. We should do a podcast. We should do
Something.
a YouTube channel. And then boom,
Oh.
Verkirk falls in our lap, like comes home and
Naked.
naked.
Just falls on your front step. Like,
And then like,
Grossly,
and
yeah,
it was just, it
beautifully.
was like an old romance. Like we just kind of picked up where we left off.
It
As
was-
you know, Verkirk and I have musical history
Oh, and I
too,
grew
right?
up with
So,
you guys playing when
yeah.
I was a kid.
So Zach used to be the drummer for Cerebral Scrub.
way back.
Way back.
Before I got dragged out to Toronto with Nevin.
Uh-huh.
And Zach moved out to London for school and shit.
Yep.
But before that, it was that feeling of fucking summer
Oh, man.
jams and
Yeah,
basement.
it's just bringing it all back. But
Yeah.
literally between January and April of 2017,
Yeah, that
it was
burst there.
hacking around, jamming, practicing. And then within like 1 week, we had no band name. We were going through just dicking around with band names.
Got
And
a
then we
list.
landed on
Huge
Block
list.
Parent. And one week later, in 1 week, we had a name, an album cover, 5 tracks, kind of mixed as a demo, and ready to get it online. And it all literally like bing bang boom, and we put it out
Was
on
it
the,
Easter
on the
weekend?
Good Friday. It was
Yeah,
the Good
yeah, I
Friday
remember that.
In
It was a
April.
Good Friday.
And it's with the Fast Eddie's
Yeah,
graphic.
yeah.
And,
Oh, I love that.
And that's kind
how
of where it all started.
man.
Yep.
Well, I think with you coming back from Toronto, it must have been nice to kind of quickly find some musical outlet, because you do the hip hop stuff too. But like,
Yeah.
we've all been playing music for like our whole lives,
Yeah.
mostly. So when you moved home, were you like a little obviously relieved? Not okay. So you must have been relieved to see these guys and meet and start a band with them. But were you afraid, like, fuck, what am I gonna do now? Because the question I was gonna get to
Yeah.
was that there's a song. Which song? The
Hamburger Helpless?
No, the Viva Portugal.
Viva La
Yeah.
Portugal.
Oh yeah, Viva
Yeah.
Portugal.
Hometown.
Yeah, and there's a line about coming home and okay, here it is. Yeah, like you moved back, but there's a line where you said like I'm moving back to Cambridge.
Admit
and-
defeat.
Admit defeat. Like
That's what I did. Yeah.
so you
But the fucking dream of, like, I just moved out of Cambridge because I'm like, where were you going to play? Where can I fucking play music? Nevin was the bassist at the time.
He was gung-ho with
He was
leaving,
going
too.
to go to school in Toronto, so I'm like, I'll just go out there with you, try to figure out how to try to take that stab at playing tunes again, right? But really,
do you still feel like you've admitted like
admitted defeat.
because it's like a kind of a sad.
I know I'm not gonna fucking be a famous fucking musician.
Do you
But
guys?
I never thought I would be, so fuck.
I think that's the underlying tone of our whole band, though. It's like there is like kind of some heartbreak behind.
100%.
I think the nature of what we're doing. Like you scratch the surface of our songs, and it's just like it's fun tunes, but wrapped up in like heartbreak about like growing up, figuring your shit out, problems with friends and family, problems with yourself, your career, your passions. Like it's a lot of like normal
honesty.
It's honesty. It's honest heartbreak that's been wrapped up in what we see as our version of like 519 pop punk.
Yeah.
But we've been okay with being honest about how life is colorful and pretty messed up at times.
It can be, and this comes up a few times, but we're not early 20s.
No, we're
like,
fucking past it.
Some of us
do you
are.
guys worry?
Speak for yourself.
Well, little Jakey here.
I got a little bit of a
little Jakey
I
just
got a
turned
jump on you
16
there.
last week.
yeah, fresh boy.
He gets to see what's to come with us.
No, it's cool, man. Like I've dreamt about this since I met you. I was 12 or
He
13
was
when
a little
you
kid.
got my brother in scrub at the drums.
He's a little
and
kid
you
fucking
fucking
watching
hooked
us
me in,
play.
man. Like
So is this your first like proper band?
I hacked around in some fun shitty bands back in high school, but yeah, like with this guy and like and my brother here, like it was just this amazing kinetic energy. I'm like, I gotta tap into this, and so I learned guitar and. In the time, and I told myself a little dream I had was like, oh, I want to be a backup guitarist for Cerebral Scrub one day, and then let alone here we are, and you're coming back, and
I think
get
we're all
play in a
good for
band.
one another though. Like Verkirk brings in like literally almost a couple decades of like underground independent music experience. My Jake, like our little dude, like brings in some youth flair and like a younger kind of fun angle, and you're at a different point
And
in your
a
life.
huge dick.
And you know,
Big old boy.
Whopping dick.
and then I've
Purple though.
I've been kind of rolling around
it's
like
fucking
my
weird.
professional career
Thanos
for the
face.
past like 7 years, and it's nice to like apply some of my learnings into like a fun passion project. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
actually interesting. The kind of trifecta
Yeah, it's-
of
it's a weird
everyone's
dynamic.
experience.
So Zach, he's like a real human being.
A real adult?
responsible man.
He's like
Yeah.
a real
a
human.
real responsible man.
We're like, how can we do this?
I'm not a smart man.
Zach's like the in
Right,
Space Odyssey, the
music.
obelisk. It's the monkeys.
But fucking Zach kills it on. I don't like to speak usually to anybody because I'll just fucking make a mockery of what we're doing. So let Zach
But it's
fucking take over.
endearing.
No, please take the mic away from me, miss.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, let's say, I'm curious to who writes the songs, because all those experiences will flavor the feel and the vibe.
Yeah.
So, because I'm listening to some of the songs, and everyone does vocals, right?
Yeah, we sing a lot all together, and we love it.
There's if you're singing, are those your lyrics,
No.
or like who's the lyricist?
Verkirk and both the Jakes.
Yeah.
Jacobs are predominant.
Mainly
I
Jacob, and then I'll chime in when I can.
So what word is that?
Can't wait that.
But like,
predominantly.
Jacob writes our lyrics.
I write.
Jake has had his own songs that he's like kind of wrote organically from start to finish. And then like I kind of step in, or like what we'll do
But
sometimes.
I write them with you guys in mind.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
like
what I was
we
gonna
can
say. Like
all-
we'll sit down with a riff or the beginning of a song, like an idea. We got
Chunks
an
of it
idea for a
almost.
song, and
Yeah.
we'll just kind of talk like about like the theme, like what's the theme of what we're getting at,
We really fucking write these
Jacob's
songs
got
together.
this brilliant ability for us to have like a really natural conversation about a subject, and then like literally
Here's
he'll go
lyrics.
home for the night and
I'll
then
work
send
on-
you some like disheveled text
I-
at 2 in
I
the morning.
fucking-
I wrote the lyrics for it. It's done. You know, like
But I write all day at work,
Uh-huh.
fucking forking around, like just writing,
Fork yourself.
yeah.
jamming in my head.
Well, you're a creative, like we're all creative, but there's people I feel who are all day
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
am.
that
This
kind of
guy
guy.
right here.
Kirk's an
I'm
all-day
locked.
creative.
People probably think like I'm fucking. Well, people definitely think I'm weird, but they probably think like they probably see me like talking to myself all day, but I'm like trying to figure out how to put words together
Creating
properly.
artwork.
Yeah.
So will you guys come here and just hang and talk about stuff, and then
Yeah.
then that'll shape like an idea for a song? It's like Is that a
Yeah, it's
more
been-
natural than not?
So,
or
sometimes we'll be
sometimes?
here at a jam and we'll be working through a new idea, and we're doing that right now. Actually, we're starting to work through some new tunes, or some nights it's getting pizzas at one of our places, and we're just like hanging out watching like
Home Alone.
shitty movies, and we're talking about ideas, or Verkirk's sharing a new riff with us, and we're talking. He's like, oh, I got a cool idea for this, and we get it's a lot of just reminiscing. Like we'll get talking about a concept, and then he'll stitch it together, and then these two from guitar and bass, you guys will get together and like build the song a little bit further, and then finally when it comes to me, like I'll help like kind of like finish molding the clay. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a songwriter. I'm like a
I feel you. I'm the same
I'm like
thing.
a crafter. I
Yeah.
do more crafting
Yeah.
than writing.
It's like,
you
hey,
know?
let's do this here. Can we try this a bit
Yeah,
different?
like
Can we
I'll
pop
put
some
the
tempos
pacing,
here?
stops,
And a
the
drum.
pops, the breaks,
And it's
a
really
drummer.
awesome though. Like it's nice to have that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, no, you know what? He's right. Like and then we go through. It's like, fuck, that was rad. Like,
What's
It's
okay.
worked
nice
though
to have
is-
positivity too.
Yeah.
And we're all stoked about what we're.
And
Yeah.
I feel like we've
The
all
tunes that
felt
we're
that we've
making.
had a chance to contribute, because like I know as a drummer, like I struggle, and I say to these guys, like I'm not a songwriter. I can't even begin to think about how to craft. It's funny because I write a lot of I write copy for like I do a lot of writing professionally, but I can't write a song. It's very weird. So when these guys can like
That's all I
pick,
got.
pick it up and do it for you,
Just let you do your
but we
thing.
all get to contribute, and that's nice. It's not like one of these guys is showing up. This is the song, figure it out.
doing it,
It's
yeah.
like it's a major collaboration.
There's themes, and you guys are reminiscing, and the album's like nostalgia, and we're at that. I feel at that point, especially from Cambridge, to like I'm really proud to still be playing music, because we've
Yeah,
we are
man.
too.
lost a lot of
absolutely.
buddies who like literally just stopped, or
Pack it in.
It's
whatever.
heartbreaking.
But
Or can't do it anymore.
But doing this, and if in numbers, if we're fucking doing this in Cambridge, we'll inspire people to do this.
well, it's cool. I saw
It's a
that
thing.
UK review, so like it's
Yeah.
cool to see stuff like that
worked.
happening.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, like, nostalgia, if it's good or bad, because I found myself at a point when I was sad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
reminiscing, but not so much band
is.
stuff. I'd go on like '90s nostalgia and
Yeah.
like look at.
Just in
And how
general.
nothing will ever be the same. And
So,
fuck.
do you feel like it's, I guess, bad or good? How do you?
it's
It's both, I know, but
You know what,
it's-
like,
it's a bittersweet thing, right?
I feel like nostalgia is shit when you stay
Nostalgia shit.
when you stay in the nostalgia. Like I think we have found an outlet for our nostalgia, and so when
Yeah.
I think about the reminiscing and the nostalgia and like
If it-
thinking about the good old days, the fucking glory days, but then like when you can turn it into
Let's make
getting
these
together
days
with the dudes a
glory
couple
If
nights a
your-
week and
if
practicing.
your misery for nostalgia rhymes, then it's then
Then
people
you're
can
good.
get it,
and
right?
it's healthier.
You can kind of
Yeah.
I just feel like we're using it to generate new stuff. Like we're using our nostalgia to generate next things, the next release, the
Hopefully
next show,
fueling
the
it,
next
right? Like
practice.
it's
hopefully not hacky.
Well, the crazy thing is that this moment right now will be nostalgia in 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
future us.
Yeah.
How are you?
And it will be nostalgia for a younger generation, hopefully, and they will be inspired to fucking make music.
What
Yeah.
What was the first show you guys saw in Cambridge each?
Oh, mine was at the Armenian Center beside the Cambridge Center
Yeah,
Mall.
yeah.
I went to that too.
With Sewing with Nancy,
Yeah.
Nympho, and Handheld, and it was hosted by my now brother-in-law, Rob Callahan from Curbside.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember bussing down,
That was
and
so sick.
it was sick. It was super, super sick. I had no idea what I was walking into.
How old were you?
I was in grade 9, so 14.
I sprayed my little thumb at that show.
And it was the first time I saw like a proper mosh pit.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
I remember being like nervous but like interested, and I didn't know what to make of it. And it hit me like a bad drug, and I've never
Yeah.
looked back. Yeah, that was my first show. Yeah,
My first show was around that same time, but before that, it was the first Art Center show in Galt.
Okay, like by
remember.
the city hall.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Hurtin
Right
fucking Art Center.
upstairs or no?
It was they opened up the fucking garage.
Remember?
And this,
Oh, okay, yes,
they opened
yes.
the garage from Ainsley.
Yeah, this street by the church.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, right there. They opened up the garage, and it was Lisp, and fucking Lisp was fucking awesome. And Rebello, Sasha the Accent, but they were called MILF at the time.
Nice.
That seems like too long ago for MILF to have been a thing, but I guess
No, it was.
right when it started, maybe
It was
right
probably
about
like
the next day.
American Pie.
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
came out.
When they're like,
The
"MILF,
next day,
MILF."
Rebello
Yeah.
was
They're
like,
like yelling it at the photo.
Or MILF.
Yeah.
We're fucking 10 years old.
Harold and Kumar.
So who
guy.
else played?
Fuck.
Lisp. What
I
year
would-
is this? Because I moved here in 03 and I missed Lisp.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Man, I'm just.
This would have been.
Yeah.
I would have still been in elementary school,
Wow.
Maybe grade 8.
so this was the first show I went to, but I tried to play shit. I've been trying to start bands since I was
Forever.
10,
Yeah.
maybe, right? I was always I remember fucking trying to teach my friends how to play fucking instruments and shit.
Uh-huh.
But there were just never real fucking shows, like backyard shows. But
What do you remember about that show? Because you're a kid, like a young kid.
I didn't feel that young at the time. When I think about it,
Yeah, you were just a little baby.
I was
Baby
just
boy.
a little baby boy.
I remember buying pins. I think it was like my first time seeing like punk pins. You know, like your little 1-inch pins that like.
I
And I
remember-
thought that was pretty cool. I brought home.
I
some
knew
pins that
Lisp
night.
ahead of time, and I thought they were fucking awesome.
Huh.
And they were just man, they played the fucking Cambridge Center HMV.
HMV grand opening.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, right in
yeah.
the mall, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
played like they
Right
were
in the
just
mall.
releasing their fuck. They played that. That was,
That wouldn't happen now.
No.
and they had their CDs in HMV.
That was a huge thing. That was always
yeah.
a big thing, like for
Yeah,
bands
Her
to
Majesty's
have their
Gold.
shit in there.
That
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
nuts. Well, I used to go like with the first fucking Scrub demos. I used to go in there and put them on the fucking CD
Hide 'em
racks,
in there?
like on the number one billboards, and they'd sit in the back and watch. Blow it up in the world.
That's funny.
Someone's gonna come up to try to buy it. I'm like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna buy it.
Did anyone? I guess you wouldn't know.
I
Just
would
like
know.
you're going back, like, hey HMV, you owe me $5 for that album that you
Yo,
sold.
that I fucking bootlegged into your store.
How about you, dude? What was your first local show?
Probably.
My biggest first show memory, like local show. Unfortunately, I can't. I wish I could say it's from Cambridge, but it's not because I kind of missed it when I was a kid. I was a bit too late to the party and
Whatever,
it was
man.
fizzling out. But yeah, this night has stuck with me since the beginning. But Zach woke me up, or I was probably winding down to go to sleep because I had fucking grade 7 class the next day. So when you had 12 years old around that time, and mom and dad were cool with it and got me out to the Shadow in Guelph back when the Shadow was still a thing.
Yeah.
And who was on?
It was a midnight set. So
Yeah,
Was it
the decay.
Knucklehead?
The decay.
No. This is a standoff was coming through, and
Yeah.
it was. I think
It was the decay. They were playing.
It was decay standoff like.
Standoff is Belvedere.
Post Belvedere.
Belvedere members.
And I loved Belvedere, so this was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think it was standoff.
SOI?
Decay, handheld, and maybe SOI.
Yeah, okay, this show
And
was
they
insane.
were doing
Oh,
two
some
shows.
other influence?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah, like Rob
And they were doing
Callahan.
2 shows in the same night though. They were doing like a full run through at like 7, and then another one starting at midnight.
It was nuts.
And I
You
literally
drank-
So,
woke
like-
him out of bed.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so-
you can't miss this lineup. I know you don't even know
Oh
who these
man,
bands are.
So I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, punk show. I threw on my Dead Kennedys T-shirt that I got from Nevin.
You must have been
And-
nervous because it's at a bar.
Oh,
right?
very,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's the Shadow, like underground. So I'm like, I'm standing
Super
there
sketchy.
in this place,
Super-
just
Get to peel
12
off
years
his
old,
piss
wide-eyed,
jammies.
just like, what the fuck am I in? Like, this is
The new
incredible.
world.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it
just
must have
the
been cool.
people and like just the culture. I could feel it. I could feel the sweat and the smell, and I'm standing there. And one of my favorite memories is the drummer from the Decay sees me, Ben sees me. He's like,
Ben was a
dude,
beauty. I love that boy."
how old are you? You're wearing his Dead Kennedy shirt. He's like, I'll be right back. Comes back, gives me a Decay T-shirt. I
cool.
didn't even know what the Decay was. I hadn't even heard them before.
Uh-huh.
And this is probably one of my all-time favorite like local band.
Uh-huh.
It just breaks my heart
Yeah,
that just what
The
didn't
Decay.
come out of it.
R.I.P.
That album this month's rent was too good for this province and the time. It really is. It's something
Ahead of
else.
its time.
And
Get
they're
it
gone,
outta
and it's
here.
probably
We don't
never
want
coming
it here.
back.
It's too good.
But yeah, and I'm just standing there, and Zach parked me like right beside the fucking speaker. I know Rob from SOI just because the family and stuff. I got handheld and SOI and fucking Standoff and Decay, and I'm 12 years old. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been with me forever, and it just sparked something. And
That's so rad.
Something this magical and big can be so close, and like. Why the fuck not us? Why not? Why can't we do this too?
Man,
and
I-
since then, I've just been like, I want to do this for someone one day and make that happen.
There's, I think,
And,
maybe a
yeah.
moment that, well, at least I had him. Sounds similar to yours.
What was your first
Yeah.
Cambridge show?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a good question.
Did you
My
play
first
it?
Cambridge show.
Yeah.
Silence. I just hear the buzz of the PA.
Crickets.
That's a good question, man. I remember the first one we played was at the Scout Hut, the
Nice.
first Tug Nut
Nice.
show,
Fuck yeah.
and I think the Single Threat guys helped us get
Oh,
on
cool.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Because that was when we were jamming at the Guelph Ave,
Oh yeah.
and I want to say Slim Pickens played it
Nice.
too.
Sick.
Pickens.
And
Which
that's
is-
how
Yeah. Now my memory is dog shit.
Yeah.
Mark would probably know better, but one of the first ones I think was one that we played,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure it was us, Single Threat, maybe Slim Pickens, but I don't really remember. But what I should remember, that'd be kind of important, because I remember moving here and being like really excited to like, I'm moving to a scene
Right,
in a
Yeah,
city.
because there was a fucking scene.
Where are you
Yeah.
from? Where are you from, Steve?
So drive 4 hours west of Thunder Bay.
Oh, wow.
And it's this little town called Emo, which is like
Emo.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that.
Emo?
I
Like
knew.
1,200
There
people.
was,
That's amazing.
There was a type of music that came out later.
never
I know.
I
I found
and
that
that
out.
music was named
But
that
like,
town.
so you're a kid, and whenever I think there's a realization of like, oh, that's a real thing. Because
Yeah.
back then, at least for me growing up, all my sort of live shit was music videos,
Of course.
and LimeWire, and like,
Yeah.
Big, huge things.
yeah, and even like, yeah, big. The first show I saw was this Canadian band. I literally just talked about this on the last episode. C Spot Run. They were
Oh, yeah,
like
I
a
forgot
much
about that.
music band. You know, they had a hit on there, and they were touring. They played my stupid high school.
Yeah.
but
cool.
it was
like
still
Serial Joe.
kind of, yeah.
Kind of like the Serial Joe.
But it was blown out, right? Like big stage in our gym. But I had a moment as a kid where there was just some dudes jamming in a garage, and it was like, oh, that's way more
dope.
real. Like
You could
that's-
just do that
I
in your
could do that.
garage?
Dope
Yeah.
shit. That's this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's possible. I didn't think that was possible. You know, I
Yeah.
thought you had to do all these steps. But
Well, yeah, like I remember
Starts there, though,
the
right?
the first time I started playing music.
That's
we,
all I ever wanted when.
Me and my buddy Brad Fuller went to
Oh, yeah.
a show at the Scout Hut, and Protest the Hero came through. And at the time,
remember that.
Protest was just breaking out, I think, with their first full length. And I'm not even kidding. I think the whole band was between 15 and 17 years old.
Mad
and
young.
they were touring in Closet Monsters' rented mini school bus. And not necessarily like into hardcore and like that like subgenre of like punk, but like killer show, like insanely talented kids. And I remember leaving that night, being the same age or slightly younger. I'm like, these guys are doing that and they're 15. Like, we literally went home. I brought my drums to Brad's basement and we started jamming.
That's cool.
And it was like, I'm not even really into Protest, like great band, not really into Protest though, but it was just seeing
That's
that,
when they
like
got
something
very
comparable
operatic.
like that age. I'm like, this is insane. Like,
Yeah.
not that I'm ever gonna be that good, but like it fires you up that
why
like
not?
you can do that.
it opens that door.
It
It's
opens
just
the
like,
door that
oh,
can be
you
part of
can
your
do
life.
Makes
that.
it tangible. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they're just people. Like,
It's a real thing.
doing normal things.
So I kind of want to go back to the album,
Yeah.
and there's a song on there called "Buddy System." I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Now,
this
just-
was a magic one.
It's so Block Parent. You know, all your pictures kind of silly. The promos, artwork's like zany and
This is
silly.
a more serious kind of tune.
Yeah, you go deeper, and
Yep.
just what we were talking about, how this is like an outlet to use nostalgia and like inspire people. And there's songs that are silly, but
Yeah.
there's like serious songs too.
For sure.
But a song like that, it's kind of bold to release it because it's clearly about somebody, but
It's kind of about a lot of people, though.
It's about a lot of people.
True.
It's-
Yeah.
And
but everyone's got
Pe-
that vibe, though. You
it's
feel
misconceived that it's all about one person, but there's two parts, and the second part is about another type of friend who would start dating somebody.
I see.
Like
It
a
was,
new
it was almost
squeeze.
like a dirty and a clean. It was like
Yeah.
two buddies in
Yep.
your life that are like evolving down a different path.
First
Yeah.
part's about drugs.
Yeah, one's
Yeah.
a little
Clearly.
more underground, dark, and
And
like
drugs
you know,
is fucking
Everyone experiences
blowing
that
out
with
of
people.
proportion.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
When I heard that, it's
I wanted some real
cool to it was just a cool song. Like, oh, this is like a real
Thanks,
song.
bud.
Like
Yeah,
like
thanks,
kind of
man.
shows like
We're not just
Yeah.
fucking
not just like it's fine if people just
yeah.
do shit for fun and this and that,
all
but
dick and
it's
fart
still
jokes, you know?
cool to be able to express serious shit in a band like this. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm really not a punk guy. Like I never was
Yeah.
part of the scene.
Yeah.
I have a certain like outsider's thought on it. And yeah, for real, if I'm honest, I'm like I was not surprised, but just really like that's fucking cool. That,
cool, man.
that's like,
That's nice to
a heavy kind of song like that
That's kind of the
comes through.
that was the attack.
it's a long
for it.
song too.
Yeah, it was like 5 minutes. Sorry, guys.
But it is. I feel like I try to write shit that I feel like people can relate to. People can relate to it as if it was them
Yeah.
that the song is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
right?
wonder when that's released. Like, if you're, let's say someone who is of the first part or of the second part, so you release something like that, and it's not a call out song, but it's just a like, hey, I'm aware of what's happening with you song.
But the
and
whole
it's-
part is, I'm fucking here if you need me.
I'm here
Yes.
if you need
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
And
And that's the buddy
how,
system, man.
That's how the whole song wraps up. It's like, yeah, like that. Everyone has those friends, those characters, those relationships in their life that. Well, that's kind of what happens in your late 20s, you know, like you start to roll out of your 20s and into your 30s, and your relationships with your friends really start to
It's also about-
change, and they redefine themselves and like what keeps you connected as a friend. But sometimes it's important to have those friends that like you don't need to talk to each other every day, but you just kind of pick up where you left off when you see them, and those guys need to know that we've got their back. We're their fucking buddies.
It's about
man.
not holding a grudge about shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because if you hold a grudge,
Buds are buds.
really not a really good
Staying
bud.
bitter's too easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys, because being young, and at least in my high school,
And full of cum.
yeah, for sure, was
For sure.
Sure.
kind of an outsider. Being in my high school, it was
Corn.
kind of farmers and like
Right.
small town kids who thought they're from the big city, and like preppy. Everyone, you know, I feel like any punk rocker might have the same sort of story. So you feel like an outsider as a kid, right?
For sure.
And I catch myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I kind of still look the same, and I'm
Yeah.
among adults, and I'm like, I wonder. I don't
If
feel
you-
more like an outsider, but I might be more oblivious. But for you guys, because you're still playing punk and still doing the music thing, do you feel more like an outsider now or less? You know what I mean? So you're a kid, you're playing punk. There's an outside sort of thing, but now we're
It is
adults.
kind of a young-
You know, you have a house and kid, but
Yeah.
you're in basements with kids.
I fucking love it, man.
Oh, it's the
I
best.
I often describe it to myself as a Bruce Wayne and Batman persona.
Yeah,
where like I get up in the morning and I've got to go be Bruce Wayne, and then at night I get to be Batman. And like I think of like the past year with like amazing nights at the Snake Pit and rolling in and out of jam halls with these guys.
Chris
And
and
it's
Stacey,
like,
thank you.
It's exactly what my life. It's balance. I think it's the light and dark side of the force, man. It like this whole scene brings me a much needed balance in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
It gets to scratch a persistent itch that's never gone away. It's beautiful.
Now,
I'm
like-
just garbage in every aspect of my life. So,
I don't think so. I think you're
We
great.
don't think so either.
But do you
but
like
fun garbage.
so? But even it can apply to you being like, you know, homeowner with kid. Like I'm kind of the same thing. Or a guy who's still just playing music, you know, and you go to work and people because there's maybe on the first EP there's a line about like not wanting to go out because you got to run into peers and they might look at you like you're still playing
That
punk.
chud life.
Chud life.
That's more so about fucking not wanting to run into people that knew me and
Well, I get it, man. I get it
Shit.
because I'll still get those, and it doesn't bother me, but I'm just aware of it. Those sideways glances that are kind of like, oh, you're like still, you know?
I always get fucking. You really filled out. To drink a lot. Fuck.
We did, like,
you got
growth
that,
It's like
huh?
a sorry that I'm.
So I'm like,
it
fuck. I
happens.
want to meet new people that know me now,
just love
and
you
they
for
can
this.
see.
They know
They
this
can
version.
see me become a
This
different
is all I
person.
am.
Well, how old are you, dude?
23. I'll be 24 this summer.
23,
Gonna
24?
be 14.
Well, even
24.
still, like, there's doing this. Not everybody does this, you know.
Not everybody
like,
does
there's,
this.
There's a ton of people who might play guitar in their basement. But then you kind of find people, and then you're paying for a jam hall, and
Yeah.
then you're paying for CDs. So
Yeah.
it's like it's definitely outsider type shit. And I love it because I feel like it's like a misfit crew of people that I
That's
can be a part
amazing.
of.
Yeah.
But I'm not as aware of it as I was in high school, which is for me a good thing because like.
What do you mean by aware of it though? Like what's your perspective
So
on it? Like
when I forget that I have tattoos and that I have
Right.
band shirts and I'll be walking around, you
This
know.
is normal
Yeah.
to you, right?
This is
So-
normal, and I'm not mostly.
but that's great though. Like
and it is who I is. Who I is.
It is
is
who
who
I
it
is,
is, man.
It is who I is.
We gotta be.
It is who I am, but
Talks.
I just more
No,
like
but
think
to-
of your perspective on your lives now as musicians as you're getting older.
I don't know. I feel like I wear it proudly. Like I've always like I remember being like a really easygoing kind of pop punk skate punk kid starting to like trickle into the more like established like hardcore scene and never feeling like I was like I had nothing punk rock about me. I came from a really stable, great domestic house, and like I had great friends, and like I wasn't picked on, I wasn't bullied, I wasn't ostracized by any social group, but like I was obsessed and loved fast fucking kick-ass punk rock music, and like my connection to the scene has always started with the music solely. There's something about that music, like my God bless my parents, man. I grew up in a very punk rock savvy household. Like I was rocking in my crib to like Teenage Head and the Ramones before I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And so like the music has always been like one of the first things that I'll like describe to myself about somebody. Like, hey, I'm Zach Dodge. I'm from Cambridge, Ontario. This is my wife, and I love punk music. Like it's just been like I've worn it proudly. Like I really do. But
well, it's such a cool contrast because you guys are in the same band, but like to be a punk rocker doesn't mean you look a certain way or like
no, fuck that.
Like the image and
State of mind.
Yeah, it's definitely a state of mind. And
I've always thought that was the most ironic thing. How you'll roll into a punk club and I feel like the guys that are decked out in the leather and the studs,
massive mohawks.
That's more of a uniform than me just showing up in a fucking pair of jeans and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
and I'm getting the weird looks. It's like,
it's funny.
what are we here for?
Yeah.
Are you here to make sure your jacket's cooler than the next guy, or
Yeah.
like do you actually know who that next band going on is?
Yeah.
I don't know. For
I
me, it's
hear
always
ya.
started and stopped at the music.
It's a funny line there, yeah.
someone posted something that just popped in my head, like an observation about. I wish I could pull it up on my phone, but it's like punk rock bowling is just rich old punks who like won't commit to going to a local show. Like you'll have like
It's funny enough, I went to the festival last year.
yeah, you'll go to like you'll see these punk rock karaoke's and there'll be like 100 people, and
Yeah.
then there'll be a touring band and there's like 10 people. It's odd, It's like I guess you love it, but like it's still happening.
Yep.
You might be missing out on it. That's what's cool too about this. Like it's just because you're getting older in certain things, a mortgage or a kid, or like maybe even exhaustion of doing it for fucking ever. You could quit at any point, but you guys still commit to do it. It's
Yeah.
you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
No, it's work. Let's put a gun to our head to play these tunes, right?
We have a contract to our commitment though. Like we don't need to try to tour or anything. We just want to write these fucking tunes.
Well, that's a good kind of segue because I was gonna ask. So, like the band, when you guys start, because when you're a kid, it's just it's like the sky's the limit. But
Yeah.
it's not so much. It's not
Always
easy to
dream
do
about
that.
touring.
Yeah. What do you guys when you started the band? Was it like here's what we're gonna do? Like touring, is that a thing or like?
We want to jam with each other. We want to write tunes, and we want to be in this room.
We're just kind of playing it as we take it right now. It's, like I said, we're just happy. Let's just write some tunes and get them out, and
Make
then
some art.
play the right shows that feel good to us, and hop in and try to just stay in touch
Yeah.
with the scene
Stay
and
local.
provide our
we
part.
Want, we want to
Yeah.
build something here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all had that common pride for Cambridge and like wanting to like if people find our band, enjoy the music, come out to the shows, and like if that starts a bit of a cycle, like that's success
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
three dudes in a basement in Hespeler. You know what I mean? Like that's
For sure.
I remember thinking to myself like it would be super cool to get our music on Spotify.
That's cool.
I think that's a great
Yeah.
service, and I'm like, oh, cool, like that wasn't so
I want
tough.
to be a real band.
It's like, oh shit, we're on Spotify.
We're a real band.
We're a real band.
Look, Mom, we did it.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a moving target. It's I don't know. I think if you would have asked us when we were like 21 and like sky was the limit.
I was ready to fucking go, not give a shit.
Now,
And
for
go
you, was it
play
just
tunes.
members holding you back, or like what? Because you guys
It's-
did stuff, but like, why do you feel
But
that way?
I never toured into the States or anything.
But is that just
Like some fancy bands have.
some idiots? But like,
It's you have people,
it's hard.
like you
Yeah,
have
it is
other
hard.
people.
Committing and
They're
it's-
not like you can't just clone yourself and fucking go on tour with
For
Multiplicity, Michael Keaton's
Yeah.
yourself.
I like pizza.
I like pizza.
I like pizza.
No, I have not remembered that movie for 1,000 years until you brought it up.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we've talked about this. Like I think like where the hell did the three of us get the money and time to like take 6 weeks off from work, tour the country, and like I think we all have
And
aspirations to do
rent
that.
this
Oh,
room.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
like
think
we
that
all have
sounds
aspirations to do that, but like the realism kicks in, like, and it kind of goes back to the nature of the band. Let's be a big fish in a small pond. Let's enjoy the little things and make the most of what we have right here. And if there's ever a means to push it further,
then go for it.
Let's fucking go for it.
Big
But
bands and make out of towners come here.
yeah,
It might sound shitty, but touring is kind of overrated.
Yeah.
And this will sound whatever, but like I've toured. I've been a bunch of places, and it's cool and it's fun, and it's you see new things.
Yeah.
But and
It's
I've
like a
said,
vacation you work at.
yeah. A dive bar in Toronto is the same as a dive bar in the Czech Republic. Like it's kind of the same thing. So unless you are strategically touring, this is a thing. Like
You gotta be
tour
smart with
for
it.
sure. It's cool, but for you guys, let's say you did go for 3 months, but it's like, okay, well, when I see bands touring for no reason, I get it because it's fun. But at the same time, like me, I only want to tour kind of strategically. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we feel the same way.
If
about
we
it.
were to tour,
we literally
want
talked
people
about this
to-
yesterday.
We want people to
I feel
see
like
us.
you'd have to have an
Not
album.
just-
and
I think the Golden Goose would be an established band who you know is going to draw an audience night to night
And take
who
you out.
sees the potential of us and brings us under their wing.
Hey, come on
and
out
like
for
and like that's the dream. You know, that to me,
Yeah.
like that
That'd
would
be
that would be
nice.
amazing.
And we can wait for that.
yeah, well, fuck
I'm
yeah.
We're in
still
no
waiting.
rush, man. We're not going.
Yeah,
We're not going
and
anywhere.
that may never come. But I think, but we're okay with that too. You know.
Yeah, it's
I
like
want to play here.
touring is definitely cool and fun, but if you go out there and you're just gonna bleed money, it's like
Yeah.
because we can't
And energy,
afford to
too.
do this.
Of course you
We
can't.
really can't. You know,
And
I
there's
should
no-
be putting my money towards other things, but
Barely
Like,
There's
try
no
to do it
fast
smart,
Eddie's
dude.
out of the 519 anyway.
No,
so why
fuck
would
it.
we leave?
like I think about our last show at the Jimmy Jazz, and to think about like from where our band started to like we roll into a great bar that we love in downtown Guelph. We play with some of our best musical friends and good friends inside and outside of music in Frank Dukes, and we sell some tapes. We play a great show. People are vibing with the tunes. Like we all I think went home that night like fuck, that was great. Like that
yeah,
the
that
fuck just happened?
experience.
that experience
We make
happened
out a
15
bit.
minutes down the road from my house.
Yeah.
And like that's great.
And if you're not pursuing it like a real legit, like
Yeah.
this is gonna pay my bills business, that
Oh, yeah, that's
experience
not
is
happening.
kind of what you're doing it for. A
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
fucking show.
It's community service, man.
Man, like if
It's like
I
just
could
filling your
Also,
heart up a bit. It's
I think
good.
about it like, and we've been talking. We want like I have an album ready to record, like an album
There, like
worth
it's-
of
We
music
have another album
to
ready.
record. We're gonna put out like we plan on just putting We can't do that if we're on tour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Get
really,
stuck.
like when I think about it, when I was young, some of my favorite albums, I've never seen those bands,
Yeah.
or I'll never see them. Like, and those were fucking. They go with you to school or to work. You can listen to bands, and I still think albums are fucking pretty dope.
Great record will change your life.
Yeah.
the core of it is
not just a
the
show.
music,
The
right?
music.
Like, that's the point where everything
man.
comes out of. Like
Yep.
the music's
See.
good, and
Not just a live show where you're getting fucking trashed at a bar.
yeah,
Like,
and
that's
that's
fun here
cool.
and there, but-
but
Yeah.
like, it's just it's like a bonus to being in
Yeah.
a band. You get to
Yeah.
play a show, which is what you guys are doing. Like, I don't know, it just bums me out a little bit when people are like, we never toured. It's kind of like,
But did you enjoy what you did though? Like,
but
it's-
even it's like, but like, aside from
it's-
seeing things, you could still
it's a
tour.
facade.
Yeah.
You
It's a
go
facade of a
see
band.
cool. That's almost even better if you like booked a fucking tour sans shows without shows and,
And
had
just
money
go to
to
the
like.
cities.
I'm in Calgary. I'm gonna do something cool versus like because really it's like you drive into a city. It's a cool city and you go in this little pocket and you play your show and you sleep.
And then you
somewhere,
leave
and then
immediately.
you leave. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that's really all it is.
Yeah.
You're playing shitty shows generally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
that's
like,
exactly
Shitty
what
shows
shit.
coast to coast.
Like it's cool for a moment to be like,
Shitty,
we're
shitty.
playing a shitty show in this city, and then like by the 7th one, it's like we're
Usually
playing
by
a
the
shitty
time,
show in
usually
this
by the
city.
time that like people like, oh, I like that band. Oh fuck, they were here last month. They should have saw them.
And it's like,
Yeah.
well,
Like-
that doesn't help us now.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. What you guys are doing is definitely fucking rad. It's like I listened to it. It sounds so good, man. Like you did it, right?
Yeah, I recorded
this
it.
guy
Fuck,
here,
man. It's like heavy. It's cool. Yeah, it's really
and we
good.
can do it all ourselves. And I'll do
we
all
did it
the
right
art.
here.
Yeah, we recorded.
Here.
the
Yeah,
drums right in
recorded-
this hall with
did
some
it
drum
right
mics.
here.
I borrowed
And-
your guys' kick mic.
Oh, word.
That was
Cool.
you. Yes, thank you.
You did it,
Thank
man.
Mark. Thank Mark.
we're gonna have to borrow that kick mic.
Oh, yeah,
again.
by the way,
Anytime.
actually,
Ask
we're
Mark. I got shit. You saw what I brought in. I got like a one.
Gonna
mic
need that soon,
and an
actually.
XLR.
like a soother attached.
But yeah,
to a string.
it's fucking. I wonder if I would have had the same experience if I moved to another city. Probably, but there's like an underdog
man, there's
vibe
fucking
in
fate
Cambridge.
here, bud.
Yeah.
That I feel.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad I ended up like.
We've
there's
played
a
shows together back in the day.
no, for sure.
Played
It's-
Rock the Mill.
I love Rock the Mill,
Remember?
Scout Hut.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
Let's rock the mill when I was
the
a kid.
Cambridge scene though is pretty. Once again, I
But
think
it's
to have that
surrounding,
perspective of
surrounding
going
areas too.
to go to other cities though, or coast to coast, and say, hey, what's the Cambridge equivalent province to province? And I wonder if other provinces have what we have here in the 519. And I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I
but I
think-
know what we have is pretty cool.
It's like I just think there's a theme almost. So I at least started playing music, but I remember being from the small town and there was the big town, like 1,000 people to a 9,000 people. So there is this sort of like had to prove myself thing that I've
Right.
always sort of had. And I felt this underdog, like I'm the underdog, like playing metal or playing even in Tugna. Like that was like
Tugna.
we're completely the underdogs. Nobody likes us. But like moving to Cambridge, and I'm like part of this group of people who like Cambridge, like I feel like kind of gets made fun of in Kitchener, Waterloo,
Of course it
Guelph,
does.
Yeah,
in
baby.
Toronto.
Like the
we're
armpit
so
of Ontario.
juicy.
Yeah,
We're
but
so
that's almost
good.
more like I had a ton of pride when we were touring to be like we're from Cambridge. We're not from
Yeah.
Toronto. We're from
We're from
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Fucking,
Yeah, we're not from
that's
the
what
KW, we're from Cambridge.
Say, man,
Yeah.
it's that
Yeah, yeah.
same like, oh, we're from fucking you don't know fucking where, man, Cambridge.
Yeah,
way
it's
it is.
and it's so cool to see this it literally there is, like and people listening
I
have
want-
heard promoters that have been like Chris was on and the Rebella was on and just like there's what we experienced and that's that. I remember when Cambridge having really big shows. We'd throw a show. I remember Tugnut did a record launch at Z beside the Y.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And there was like we
I
brought
got
Fuck the
kicked out of there
Facts.
nice.
We
the
brought
Facts.
Arise and Ruin, and like I was proud to like yes, this is the city we're from.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's kids here.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, it's just
Here's
Man,
it helps when shit's like
we need
this
kids to
sucks.
come out again, man.
I remember when Belvedere was rolling through off. They were on the Warp Tour, and they stopped and did a night at Duncan Mac in Cambridge.
Yeah, boy.
And to
That's
see
so
Belvedere, it was when the Twas Hell said former child when that record was going around, and it was the first time I saw crowd surfing in Cambridge in the Duncan Mac Arena. It was SOI's first show too, which was pretty cool.
And
I'm like,
handheld
that was
play, right?
insane. I'm like, this is a real band coming to like an arena. It was really cool.
Yeah, Cambridge, like even the metal scene, like
Metal's always been big. In
Metal's
Cambridge,
always been
too,
big in
man.
Cambridge.
I saw the Disgust guys not too long ago, and I
Nice.
just kind of inside was laughing, like you fucking guys are
Yeah.
still the
Yeah.
same band,
That's
still
what-
doing it.
I know.
Like 15.
Are they still
I
playing?
know, 'cause
Oh yeah, they're still doing gigs.
I recognize them from their like tripod sites back in the day.
Oh, I'm
Angel
sure,
Fire,
man.
fucking
Do they still play as Disgust, or they have
yeah.
a new name?
No, there's like they have a new
Sick.
album coming out
What?
soon.
What?
dope.
Good
Yeah.
for them, man. That's
Shit.
sick.
That's
I went
so
to high
crazy.
school with those guys. They were older than me, but
Yeah, yeah.
remember they played at our pep rallies.
Nice. Pep rally disguise.
Disgusted?
Disgusted a pep rally once.
Sick.
I did one pep rally too. We did
Fucking pep rally.
That's
we
amazing.
we had a float, like a big flatbed truck or like a trailer or whatever, and we had a generator and we painted our faces and played all new metal covers
Nice.
badly. Like,
Great.
yeah, fuck.
Some-
And we won. I
did
remember
you
we
play
won
some
50
Biscuit?
bucks.
Did you play some Biscuit?
Did we? No.
Play some Cocoon?
We played.
Play some Cocoon?
Project Wise.
Did we do Korn? We did System of a Down, Sepultura, Deftones, Cold Chamber.
Nice.
I don't know. I went on a heavy new metal kick the other night, man.
Sick.
Like at
That's
like
your
1 in the
fucking-
morning.
That's
That
your
was like,
nostalgia, baby.
yeah, maybe for you guys it was like punk rock. For me in this little town,
Yeah.
new metal somehow made it up
Sick.
there, and it was like this shit is so rad.
Oh, man, Serial Joe.
Serial Joe.
We've all got our thing.
Fuck, I'm gonna go through. Let me see what else I have here. I think I went through most of it. Surprised we can't hear Mark.
Come on, Mark.
Hey, Birds, get over here. Well, that's really kind of it, man. It's about an hour, and these are about as long as I do them. So I'll do like the Hibzine thing, which is I'll just play music. We've been talking about the album.
Yeah.
And then the first song that plays, I think, is great. The band shirts.
Band shirts,
Nice.
Yeah, it's like it's a good introduction. I feel to the album and to you guys. It sounds great.
It's the second song on the album.
Yeah,
the first
so
song
one
that
big pile of
pops up. What?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's about it's about getting fucking fat, not being able to fit in your band shirts.
I have a
I
drawer.
have so many shirts.
I
that
have a
I'm like,
drawer of band shirts right now. I want to turn into a quilt for my
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a
Baby
drawer of
blanket.
band shirts that I want to turn into a quilt for my aborted child.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be a small one. Just the tags.
Just
all
the
the
tags.
Gildan soft style.
Wrap them up
Fruit of the Loom.
nicely.
So this is a band shirts.
Band
Is
shirts.
that what we're gonna play?
That's what I want to play.
Yeah,
But
man, yeah.
it's your call.
But-
I mean, you can play
but
whatever
I
you
think
want. on the
shirts is
record.
great.
Hey, man,
Or,
that's what
or
you're
to
feeling.
live and die, man. If we're talking about Cambridge,
We can do that too.
What, yeah.
You want to do that? Let's do that. You guys are the guests. So
do
far.
you want fucking 5?
This is
6
5 minutes.
I'll
or
just
like
play the
2
whole
minutes?
album. Another like 30 minutes. No.
Did you play
okay.
that one song that's like 33 minutes long?
Yeah.
I think it's all of them.
I think it's the whole
just
album.
all
Okay,
one
we'll
flow.
do "To Live and Die" in Cambridge, right? That's what it's called.
You
Yeah,
519.
yeah,
Yeah,
Closes off the album, yeah.
All right, sweet.
As my life goes by, I'm so glad that I'm not in the big city. Too much time in that fast-paced grind takes your mentality. Down the 401, past the Schneider sign, that's where I wanna be. Might be hurting, but it's got a certain je ne sais quality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
sex ed. But yeah, sweet. So people can get it, blockparent.bandcamp.com, right?
That's right.
Facebook is just Facebook.
I think it's Block Parent Punk on Facebook.
Block Parent Punk.
Facebook.angelfire.com/tripod.tk.cgb.net.
We had a TK. I remember we had a TK.
Yeah,
MySpace.
yeah, man.
So
What was
sick.
that country?
Who knows? Which server some weird kid somewhere like set up a server.
But yeah, Facebook and Instagram are both.
Okay, Instagram.
Block Parent Punk.
I'll have all the description, like in all the links in the description. What else can I say? This is gonna go out on Monday, but that'll be after the show.
That's all right. Thank you for coming. If anyone came.
Yeah.
You can get you can buy it online or buy the merch at a show. What's after that show wise?
I guess we have a show set in stone August 31st with at the Chainsaw with Curbside through Schaefer with the
Mr. Zach Schaefer.
through his shows.
Okay,
So yeah,
cool.
so it's last Friday of August, I believe, to close out the summer.
We might set up one in between in Cambridge,
Word. Okay.
but other than that, we're working on a split.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
EP,
Yeah.
And then
Okay, with who? Do you want to say who?
No.
No.
You'll never know.
Secret split.
You know.
Well, whatever, man.
And
People-
we also got a fucking 7-8 song LP that we're gonna fucking put out again.
Cool.
To, like,
Keep writing.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
keep
Well,
on
fuck.
fucking chunking
Keep the
them
magic
out.
going.
Thanks for doing this, guys. It was
Steve,
fucking
thank you so
rad
much,
as
man.
hell.
This has been awesome.
Yeah. I'll close this later, but I guess any last words on the
Yeah, man. What are we drinking?
drinking Wellington, man.
Drinking-
Fucking delicious.
brought to you by Wellington Brewery.
Against the Current.
Against the current.
I've actually enjoyed this little sour beer.
Yeah.
It's nice. I was drinking a kicking back. I'm
Yeah,
just
man.
kicking back on this couch here.
This is in the
Burnt through it.
reboot pack.
Still good.
Get it in your motherfucking stores, y'all.
All right.
That's a wrap.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. That was episode 223 with Block Parent. Now, the sponsors, Kevin Rigo at Hefner Toyota out in Kitchener. Go mention the show and you'll get special pricing on new vehicles. DapperBeardOil.com for your beard oil. Use promo code TAKERWIDE free ship for free shipping. Save your money. Heartbeat Hot Sauce from Thunder Bay. The hot sauce that is now featured on season 6 of Hot Ones. Use promo code TAKERWIDE5 for 5% off of your order. DaveLevittPhotography.ca for your photos and music videos. And Wellington Brewery out in Guelph for the beers. You guys can subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe through whatever app you're listening with, through iTunes, Google Play. The YouTube channel is there. If you prefer to listen to them that way, you can subscribe on that. The Facebook page I post every week with the video, which is just the audio version of the episode, but there's many ways in which you can listen to the show, even takerwide.com. Go to takerwide.com, it's the homepage, and I have episodes there. There's a newsletter you can sign up for, which I send out every week, which is just extra content, a little thorough, a little more sprinkles on the episode that you can get more out of. It's another fun way to kind of go a little bit more in depth with everybody that's on the show. So the Instagram page is Takerwide Podcast. What else? I don't know. Tell a friend if you have anyone who's interested in this type of stuff. Just let them know this exists. I'm always looking to grow the show. And that's, I think, it. This is 223. This is myself saying thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next week, okay? See you guys.